So we're talking Smiling Friends.
Smiling
This
friends.
it came out a couple weeks ago, I want to say.
Yeah.
Not too long ago.
Right.
And it had a lot of hype. It had a lot of hype. The people that were excited for it were really excited for it. I guess the creators did other stuff like on YouTube and other like smaller YouTube kind of cartoons and stuff like that. I have no idea. I didn't find out until like after I started looking up. Um, but yeah, so I watched it all. It was like 7 episodes or something like that. How many did you
hmm
get through?
3.
Like three?
hmm
Okay.
And then after that, my brain was like, Fredo, if you keep watching this, you're gonna turn mental. You know.
I
So
would
then
say
I just
the
stopped.
best one is the last one. The best one is the last one. That's the yeah. Before I say anything else, that was my favorite one. That was the last episode.
Yeah,
Um, but
there were
yeah.
some funny parts in the first one. It caught me off guard when the frog ate like some dude's hands or a human being or something like that.
Yeah.
And that frog is fast. So it became very scary at one point, but I thought it was kind of funny when he began and ended the sentence with a hello,
Mhm.
like hello, Tinkerbell, hello,
Yeah.
just really
Mr.
fast
Frog.
and
Yeah.
yeah, Mr. Frog. So that was fun to a point.
Mhm.
Um, and I think there's like, it's a 10, 11 minute show that I kind of regret watching, and then we talked over the phone. You're like, oh, yeah, we're going to talk about this. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, yeah, I'll watch them. Oh, 10 minutes, seven. Yeah, an hour, no problem. It was the longest 10 minutes. You ever heard, man, that's a long time? Yeah,
Uh,
it was like, has it been 10 minutes yet? Can I please stop and move on? No, I mean, it was nuts, dude. Um, I don't know what to say.
yeah.
Oh, man, that's the
Yeah.
side effects of watching this damn show.
Well, I know right before we went live, you told me you're like, listen, like, like I know because I think you thought I felt a certain way about it, and then when you told
Yes.
me, you're like, I didn't like it, and then I'm
Yeah,
like, yeah, no,
these were exact words. This is where we're talking about, but I don't think it's your cup of tea. I'm like, okay, you said that you're
uh,
watching it, but I don't think it's your cup of tea. And I told you, I'm like, Kramer, I really don't like tea. And this is a show I don't like. I'm like, I love you like a brother, but fuck, man, how do you watch this shit? And you're like,
yeah, and then well, then I
go ahead.
came back, I'm like, I don't like it either. I don't like it, and it was really, really upsetting for me because I was like, I wanted to like this show. I really wanted to like it. All the positive things everyone's saying about it, and like people are saying, like it's a fresh of breath air, and it's genius and what they're doing. It's this and that, and I saw parts of it where I'm like, okay, that's funny, but a 10-second joke isn't worth 10 minutes of setup.
No, no.
You know,
One of the like the first one when I first saw it, I'm like, holy shit, did he eat a whole guy? And we
yeah,
wound it. I'm like, he ate the whole dude. You know,
yeah.
the second episode when he went to go help somebody
The
in
shrimp.
a the was it the shrimp? Yeah.
It was a little shrimp guy. Yeah.
I saw in the corner when I saw it, I'm like, damn, really? There was a head, right? And then you see a boot stomping on his head. You can
Oh,
see the head going thin, thin, thin. There's more blood and more brain. Like 30 seconds when the guy was about to leave or something, talking to his friend, the shrimp guy. You see the background, the boot still stomping on his head, but now it's just mush,
yeah.
and he's stomping on the head. I'm like, okay, that's some graphic shit there. But this is Adult Swim. This is the same channel that had Ask McGee. This is
Yeah.
the same channel that had Robot Chicken. It had one of the worst season finales ever, where the Golden Girls with their toy, You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. You know what
I
I'm talking
I
about.
forgot.
You know?
Yeah.
So to that, it's like that is expected. It's Adult Swim,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
not a kid show at all. And then the 3rd episode, I'm like, I don't remember watching the 3rd episode or even stopping. I'm like, this is enough. This is enough. I can't put torture to
Yeah.
my brain anymore. I got
Yeah.
enough
Well,
useless shit in here. I don't want that.
that 3rd one was the Halloween special. That was I wanna say it's the 3rd one because there's the pilot and then there's the other one, so technically that's the 4th one, but it's I think numbered to the 3rd one, I don't know. But the Halloween special was that next one, and
Mhm.
that had a joke that and a lot of it I noticed too is they'll give you the punchline for the joke right in the beginning, so, like, you know how the joke is gonna end, and then they'll play it all to where the joke happens, and then they'll repeat the line again. So, like, in that one was Charlie, the big green one, he's like, "Oh, I don't dress up for Halloween." You know, things could get crazy, and I don't wanna deal with it. Then the little one, Pim, goes on this, like, big adventure in this like, forest that's, like, spooky and stuff, and he
Mhm.
starts getting chased by a monster. I don't know if you saw that one.
Mm-mm.
He gets chased by the monster and blah 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 and stuff like that, and then he runs back into the building where they're having the Halloween party,
Yeah.
and as he runs in, the monster runs in, and the whole joke is once the monster's there, it looks like a old school, like very offensive blackface kind of character. Um, but it's a tree monster. It's a tree monster, right? So it's all dark and brown, and then it has like little, like the like little hair, but they're little branches. So it looks like one of those very old school offensive blackface type of things. And one of the characters, a side character, is like, "Is that blackface?" And then they beat the shit and like burn the little tree monster. And then it cuts back to Charlie's like, "See, that's why I don't dress up for Halloween." I was like,
Are you serious?
you know, that's why I was like, that was a lot of work to get to that ending, you know, and it was kind of funny. It was like a little like social commentary, I guess, if you want,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it just wasn't like that. That was the one where I'm like, okay, I see where it's going, and I'm like kind of blah about it, you know.
Yeah.
So
There's
and then
nothing edgy. Mm.
yeah. Yeah. On all the other episodes were kind of like funny. There's one where they go to the Enchanted Forest. So it's like playing like an RPG game, like a World of Warcraft thing, where like every other character wants to give you a quest, and the
Oh,
little one
dude.
wants to do all these quests, and the big one's like, let's just do our job and get it done. But then it kind of turns into like a Lord of the Rings kind of vibe.
Mhm.
And then at the very end, it has who you thought was the good guy is really like a bad guy kind of thing. So it's like it's why I'm like it's kind of funny, but the my favorite one was Charlie the green one. He dies and he goes to hell, right? So now he and hell isn't it's not hell anymore. It's boring. Like there's no one getting tortured. So it basically hell froze over.
Right.
Because the devil is depressed and he doesn't want to torture any people anymore because like he's sad. So Charlie's like goes and finds the devil and makes a deal like if I can make you laugh or if I can make you happy again, you let me go back to Earth. So there's like some parts in it that are kind of funny, and then there's a part where they're like, when he first gets to hell, he goes, "Oh, that's your hell bed," and it's like it looks like a really shitty bed. He goes, "That's your hell toilet," and it's just like a big mouth like clomping, and then it cuts to like a this like string creature thing, and they're like, "Oh, and this is gonna annoy you for the rest of your existence," and this is like this creature making stupid noises, and then Charlie's like, "If you do that again, I'm gonna punch you," and then halfway through the episode, the guy pops out and screams, and Charlie just pops him like dead in the stomach. And then the little creature, he's like, oh, oh. Like, that was the only part of the entire season I literally laughed my ass off because it sounded like whoever did the voice actually got hit and got the wind like kicked out of him. So like this creature's like like that's the only funny part that I found like super funny. But
I'll probably watch that one.
that
I'll
yeah
probably
that
watch.
and like just thinking about it, it was like funny because he just pops him and he's like like it was really good. Like that one was good. And then God winds up saving him, and God is voiced by Gilbert Godfrey, which is
Oh my
also kind of
god!
funny, with that super annoying voice. But yeah, that was the only one that was funny, but it didn't have like this. I mean, it had that same kind of vibe to it, but it was a little different than all the rest of the ones. I felt like,
Mhm.
but besides that one, all the rest were just kind of had a little funny part here where I kind of chuckled, like like what's a Renaissance man? He's like, oh, that's not a Renaissance man. Like, what's a Renaissance man? I don't know what a Renaissance man. That's like a whole like joke that they do for like 30 seconds, and it was
Jeez.
kind of funny, but it just none of them hit right for me. I don't know. I don't know
Right.
about you.
No. I mean, like I said, there was some background things you gotta pick up and pay attention to. Um, it was just blah, like you said, and it wasn't really. It didn't keep me entertained. I was like,
Mm,
"Come on, is there something else?" And my brain actually, I think, flatlined for a little bit because I couldn't get myself engaged, and
mm,
it was weird because once I'm in and I'm engaged, okay, fine, I want to pay attention. But
yeah.
this loses me really quick into something visual in the back. Like one of the thing, the Shrimpy was playing Cat Quest 2. And I saw
Okay.
how he was playing. He had the monitors, he had this cat, and the graphics looked good. I'm like, oh shit, of course, Warcraft, by
Yeah.
all of us. And I'm looking, and then they talking about the plot. I was more interested in how the game looked and what kind of game. And they were talking about it. Oh, we got to open curtains and whatever. We'll start small. And then they open the door. Then you see the dead head there. I was it was I couldn't get myself engaged, dude.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna see those episodes ever again. And like I said, the first one was okay. I'm like, all right, it is weird, it is different. But then I just like, but this is Adult Swim. You are expecting something similar to this. It's nothing new.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't. It's nothing edgy at all. Uh,
Yeah.
nothing out
Besides
of the
the
ordinary.
blackface joke was the only for me, that was really the only edgy, quote unquote, part of it.
Hmm.
Um, Everything else is kind of like, I mean, there's another like sexual part in one of the later episodes.
Hmm.
Um, so me and Erica were talking. It was like I seen this before. I seen it with Ren and Stimpy, and it does
Hmm.
this everything exactly the same. The very like offensive kind of stuff, the random things that it does. Like this show had like at one point they're at a table, and there's like a
Hmm.
kid running back and forth, and it was kind of funny, And then there's a picture of the kid running on the wall, which is like kind of funny, very like in itself. But I'm like, Ren and Stimpy did that. Ren and Stimpy had the angry guy and the very happy-go-lucky guy. Same thing like this show. It was just like, it was like we're old enough to remember Ren and Stimpy when it was really offensive.
Right.
And there was even characters in this one that I felt like reminded me. There was an old man sitting at a dinner table holding a gun to his head the entire time because he wanted to die. He looked like one of the characters from Ren and Stimpy. It was probably done on purpose, maybe, because there was a character who also looked like Peter Griffin from Family Guy,
Uh
like dead on. you know,
huh.
um, just a different color skin. He had the like that purple skin, like how Pym had. But yeah, I was like, this is Ren and Stimpy, but for like today's people. It was like I'm like, so it's not fresh or new. I've seen it before.
Right.
you know, and I've seen it done better, you know. So,
But yeah,
but
I agree. I've seen Ren and Stimpy episodes before, and I don't mind Ren and Stimpy episodes. There's one episode that sticks out in my head. What two, actually? One, the Venus flytrap. I don't know if you remember that one. The where you see the Venus flytrap just grabs a fly. I says, okay,
it eats it
watch
all
it.
slowly.
Yeah, let's watch it all slow motion. So you see the fly, you see the Venus flytrap just beating the smacking the hell out of this fly before he eats it. And then the second one is on the more on the adult side, where he's sawing, right? He's cutting off this board, but he did it in a way where I think Stimpy looked like he was humping Ren while sawing this board, this log.
Uh,
It was a big
yeah,
log, and they were making the noises. They were making out like, oh, like the finishing ending noises, but
yeah.
those are the only two. And I don't see this, what was it, smiley, happy
Smiling
face,
friends.
smiling friends. I don't see that happening at all. You them reaching that level because that was funny and adulterated funny.
Yeah,
This is more like desperate pushing it and trying too hard funny, you
yeah.
know. So I don't can't see this episode of this show making it that far where they're gonna be that good.
They
Hmm.
they just got approved for a second season, like today. Today they just got approved for a second season. Um, and also Peacemaker. So there's some good news. But we'll talk. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, we
Peacemaker.
can't talk no, Brian would kill us.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, so it got approved for a second season. And I mean, I'm all for it. Like, if people like it, then cool. But also, it's like give credit to what came before it. You know, like the whole idea, from what I heard, is like the creators were like, oh, in a world where everything is Family Guy, like everything tries to be like Family Guy, we're trying to be different. But I was like, also Family Guy was trying to be different. What was out at the time, you know? So,
Mhm.
but now you're going to pre Family Guy with Ren and Stimpy. So it's like
Right. I
it's
mean,
just a
did it
circle.
wasn't it something where Family Guy was copying off The Simpsons because The Simpsons done it first
Yeah,
35 years ago or whatever, you
yeah.
know? And I kind of see it. People run out of materials, they run out of ideas, and they see something that happened 20 years ago. They're like, "Oh, okay, well, we could do something similar to this." So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the two guys, one of the guys, um, trying to see when he was born. One of the guys was born in 1993.
Oh,
And I'm trying to see when
oh,
the other guy
dude, I
he was
was
born
a
in
big,
1984. So I guess,
I was a sophomore in '93.
yeah. So at least the guy, but the guy from Australia who so there's the guy who was born in 93 who was one of the guys, and then another guy was an Australian born in 1984.
Right.
So I was like, I don't know if he would have been exposed to like Ren and Stimpy in early 90s, like when we were, being from a different country like that, especially like, that far from
Well,
America.
okay. I mean, I'm doing just math real quick. So if he was born in '93, put 10 on that. So that's 2003. Put another
Yeah.
2005. YouTube was already out. And I'm sure there's like classic Ren and Stimpy episodes. So maybe he got something from that.
If he did, I mean, I can't see a lot of Ren and Stimpy being on YouTube. Like that
You
is
know
definitely
what?
not up
You do
YouTube's
got a
alley.
point, though.
Let me look it.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
But yeah, so I don't know. That's why it felt like, after we were talking, we're like, we saw it before. We saw it before.
How you doing,
Hey, how
Randy?
you doing?
Thank you for joining us, man.
Uh, yeah. I was gonna look up Ren and Stimpy.
Venus
Right. I
flytrap.
mean, I'm sure there's some.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a few Nick Rewind stuff.
yeah, they are the
Yeah, but
cleaner ones because
the
there's some
clean.
that
I
there's
mean, there's
that.
the one with you remember the dad with the rubber nipples? Like he always had rubber nipples on his knees.
No,
No.
no.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it was a crazy show that's kind of I don't know, same thing. What it felt like to me is like kind of going back full circle
Uh-huh.
where whatever was it, Coco Melon, every 3 seconds things move. That's the generation that's making cartoons now. So it's like that's what it feels like. It's like I don't know if you've ever seen Teen Titans Go. Like everything's very
Yeah,
random and quick and random and quick and random and quick. And I'm like, it's
yeah.
not,
My
so
yeah, my daughter likes them.
I do not like Teen Titans Go. I think it's not,
No.
it's a crappy show. Teen Titans that came before it was an amazing show. And
Yeah.
then they revamped it and made it like 11-minute episodes and they went on, so, but that's what's me. Like, I don't know. That's why I'm like, are we at the point? Am I at the point where I'm like, I'm too old to appreciate the newer shows that are out? And I love cartoons. I love anime. I love cartoons, especially
Are
very
you
adult
too
cartoons.
are you too old? I say no. And as long as you give it a shot and you come in it with an open mind, there is a possibility that you will like it. It might not like it. But if you honestly give it a shot, just like I did with the one that you mentioned today,
With
I
Mighty
watched
Friends.
yeah, I watched 2.5 episodes. Each episode's 10 minutes long. And every single episode, I'm like, is this almost over? Like that I could get to the next one? Maybe it's better than this one. Um, and that for me, it's like honestly giving it an honest shot. Now, you could say, well, the old ones are better. True, maybe not. You will never get that answer, and that's an voice an opinion if you go ahead and give it a shot first.
Mm, yeah,
You see the bottom of the screen?
yeah, yeah. I
It's,
remember this episode.
yeah,
There was a lot of sexual
innuendos.
innuendos,
Yes.
even more than innuendos, like very physical kind of stuff that meant to be other things in
Mhm.
Ren and Stimpy. And there's some like there's some when it got rebooted on MTV, they went really hardcore with it. So
Hey,
what's up, Oli?
Oli. How you doing, Oli? Where's the tacos? She always put every time I see her, there's a taco emoji on there.
It's
But
not Taco Tuesday. It's
yeah, I
Wednesday.
guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is it? Torta Wednesday? Tostada Wednesday?
Yeah. So just real quick, let's finish it up. You
Yes.
didn't like it. I didn't like it. I really wanted to like it. I really, really did.
Yeah.
But
It's a no go for me, man.
yeah, yeah. And it just like it makes me question it. Like I want to watch it again because so many younger people, like early 20s, are like, it's amazing, it's amazing. And my old ass of watching, I'm like, it's not amazing.
No.
Like,
You think the newer generation would enjoy Initial D, Full Metal Alchemist?
yeah, I mean those, but that's very different. Like, like I would say more
Exactly.
Ren and Stimpy. I would say more Ren and Stimpy. Like, would the
Hmm.
people who liked this show go back and watch Ren and Stimpy? How would they like that? Because there's a lot of stuff that Ren and Stimpy did that you can't do in today's like kind of world or TV and stuff like that. So,
Hmm. Hmm.
but yeah, but we're both saying no to it.
It's a never for me. I don't know if you guys do that graphic humor. It's a
Yeah,
never. You know what?
yeah,
I'll do you the
you're doing.
favor. I'll go on your account and delete them.
I'll probably watch him again just because I like I said, I really want to give him a shot. Maybe if I watch him again, I'll enjoy him again. But
Right.
right as of right now, after reviewing it once, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Save your
But
brain cells for the hard drugs. That's all I'm saying. Don't use them up on cartoons. Do not use
this
them
one.
on cartoons.